Welcome back, my dear ones. I'm sorry I was not able to complete the question paper discussion of 2015 in the previous video. Actually, I was going on speaking, but I was not aware that the streaming connection between the YouTube channel and my streaming software was not there. And when I just completed, I happened to see that YouTube streaming had been over even before that. I just discontinued when I was talking about the alternative movements, alternative educational movements in India. Another alternative school in India was Sarang, which was started by Gopalakrishnan and Vijayalakshmi, a teacher couple at Attapadi in Palakkad. It also was providing some education out of the mainstream educational system. Gopalakrishnan and Vijayalakshmi were teachers in a government school, and they resigned from their post because they felt that the traditional formal educational system was not providing any sort of creative experience for the students. They started the school Sarang, and they were teaching the students by making them planting trees, go into the natural areas, etc. Unfortunately, the school was to be closed because of some financial problems faced by the teacher couple. Another famous alternative school in India is Anand Niketan at Nasik in Maharashtra. It was built by some professionals who thought that traditional educational systems were not providing creative and practical knowledge to children. At Anand Niketan, learners learn everything practically. For learning about birds and plants, they will go outside. For learning about making some items, they would visit factories, and they would learn cutting vegetables and cooking at the kitchen in the school itself. And they would learn mathematics by using different instruments and different materials. Another alternative movement in India was the Granthasala Sangam by P.N. Panikkar in Kerala. First, he started Travancore Granthasala Sangam, and later it became Kerala Granthasala Sangam. He and his team traveled all over the Kerala for making the people read books. And when they realized that most of the adult people or most of the grown-up people were not having literacy, they launched a new organization called Kannur, Kerala Association for Non-Formal Education and Development. When central government launched National Literacy Mission in 1988, Kannur, together with some other organizations such as Kerala Shastra Sahitya Parishad, worked for spreading literacy in Kerala by being a part of Kerala State Literacy Mission. They worked hard, and as a result, Kerala became the first state to have complete literacy in India. So many literary movements and alternative educational movements have been occurred in India for the development of education. Now the next question is, explain the features of national policy on education. I have discussed this question in another question paper discussion. You can see that video if you haven't yet. Then explain the major aims of education. Actually, this is an out of syllabus question. The aims of education, the topic aims of education is included in your knowledge and curriculum paper for the second semester, but the question is there. Education has got so many general aims. Some of them are knowledge attainment aim, vocational aim, character development aim, personality development aim, individual aim, social aim, integrated aim, leisure aim, and moral aim. Knowledge attainment aim is the most important aim, or it is the oldest aim of education. During the Vedic period, the most important aim was knowledge attainment aim. The Vedic age itself means age of knowledge. They were giving importance to knowledge attainment. The teachers during Vedic period were with comprehensive knowledge on each and every subject. Buddhist period also gave much importance to knowledge attainment. And during Islamic period also, there was much importance to knowledge attainment aim. The second aim of education is vocational aim. It is also called bread and butter aim. According to some people, education should give importance to vocational aim because we want to lead a better life or a meaningful life. For leading a meaningful life or better life, we should get a better job. So education should aim at making the individuals capable of securing a better job. This vocational aim was there even during the ancient period. But because during the Vedic period, one of the aims of education was to make the individuals capable of earning artha and fulfilling karma. Artha was worldly wealth and karma was material pleasure. But the matter is that during the ancient times, knowledge aim was given more importance than vocational aim. But nowadays, we are giving more importance to vocational aim than knowledge aim. Nowadays, we are providing information, not knowledge. Knowledge is deeper ideas, and information is the basic ideas. Nowadays, we are providing basic ideas or information to our students so that to make them secure a job as early as possible. And there are two other aims of education: character development and personality development. During the ancient times, they were giving more importance to character development, but nowadays we are giving more importance to personality development. Character is inside and outside. Personality is only outside. Personality development means to create an impressive appearance before others so that to create an image in the minds of others just for having some benefits. For example, during personality development classes, you are asked to smile even then when there is no smile, because you have to attract your customer by using some peripheral behavioral patterns. But according to the ancient times, ancient philosophies, your secret life and public life should be pure. Your internal and external behavior should be good. So itself, Swami Vivekananda taught a lady in America, Madam, in your country it is the tailor decides the personality of a man, but in my country it is the character. Yeah, nowadays in the modern period, we are giving more importance to our dress code and our peripheral beauty and our external behavioral patterns. So nowadays we are accepting personality development as one of the aims of education. But in the ancient times, character development was one of the most important aims of education. Some people believe that individual aim of education should be there. Education should be for helping the individuals to develop themselves, to have all-round development. But according to some other people, education should give more importance to social aim. That means education should make the individuals ready to sacrifice their interests for the sake of society. Some other people believe that instead of having individual aim or social aim, they should be integrated aim because individual is important and society is important. So society should allow individual to develop himself by getting education. At the same time, individuals should be ready to sacrifice some of their interests for the sake of society when it is needed. And another aim of education is leisure aim. According to this concept of leisure aim, education should make individuals capable of utilizing their vacation or leisure time effectively and usefully. We are always using our vacation or leisure time just by sleeping or indulging in some time passing activities. But the people who promote leisure aim of education believe that educated people should be able to utilize their vacation for widening their knowledge base and sharpening their skills through reading some books and such activities. Another aim of education is moral aim of education. Some people believe that education should provide some moral values to the children so that to avoid anti-social activities from the society. So you can write the paragraph just like this. The next paragraph question is, there are issues in education in the context of liberalization and urbanization. Illustrate. Liberalization is the process of reducing the rules and regulations in the case of importing and exporting. And nowadays, any person can start a business in a foreign country without any difficulty. And urbanization is the process of increasing the population of urban areas because of the migration of people from rural areas on the basis of industrialization and privatization. Or urbanization is the process of changing rural areas into urban areas because of the emergence of factories and companies as a result of industrialization. Both of these movements have got males and females, but the question is to explain issues. There are lots of issues because of these two social movements. Liberalization has made it possible for anyone to start a business in any country. As a result, multinational companies started launching their branches in different countries. On account of this, uh, on account of this launch of companies in minute areas, small scale businesses are facing so many problems nowadays. Moreover, educational institutions owned by rich people, billionaires, started launching their branches in different areas. As a result, traditional educational institutions are facing problems. And urbanization has made everything complicated. Nowadays, children are not able to get any opportunity for contacting with nature because they are living in apartments. They are not able to indulge in social service activities. And teaching learning process in urban areas occur without having any life-oriented experiences. So mechanical learning is there. Moreover, after the emergence of urbanization and liberalization, people are running behind professions and they forget that they are members of different social institutions such as families, community, and community. So itself, UNESCO introduced the third pillar called learning to be. People are behind profession. People are behind academic and professional development. And teenagers have become antisocial people because they are not getting love from their parents. Family life is not there nowadays. Families are broken because in this busy world, no one has enough time to spend with their family members. So lots of problems are created by liberalization and urbanization. And lots of psychological problems are there. Nowadays, psychological institutions and psychological centers are increasing just like mushrooms. This is not a very good sign. If there are lots of psychological institutions, it tells us that people have in core mental peace. And this is just because of this busy life at urban areas. You can just find the paragraph is like this. Okay. Then briefly explain the Right to Education Act. I think I have explained this question in another video. You can watch that video if you haven't yet. Write a brief note on the social implications of midday meal program. I have discussed this one also in another video. You can just watch that video if you haven't watched it. Briefly explain the educational developments in Kerala in recent times. This question also has been discussed so far. So the 2 mark questions and paragraph questions from this question paper of 2015 examination also is over. Thank you.